Have you ever felt intimidated by the thought of making a pie from scratch? You are not alone. Many people believe it's a complicated process, reserved for experienced bakers. I used to be one of those people. The good news? Making a classic double-crust apple pie is much easier than you think. This pie is not just a dessert. It's a celebration of flavors and textures. Imagine biting into a flaky, golden crust filled with juicy, spiced apples. It's a comforting and delightful experience. And guess what? You don't need fancy equipment or advanced skills to make it. Just follow this simple guide, and you'll be surprised at how fun and easy pie making can be. Let's demystify the process together. By the end of this guide, you'll feel confident and excited to bake your very own apple pie. So roll up your sleeves and get ready to impress yourself and your loved ones. Let's start this pie making journey by understanding how straightforward it is. Are you ready? First, let's talk about what makes this recipe simple. It's all about using basic ingredients and easy to follow steps. You don't need to be a professional chef to create something delicious. Here's a quick overview of what you'll need. For the crust, all-purpose flour, unsalted butter, salt, sugar, and ice water. For the filling, apples, sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, lemon juice, and a bit of flour. That's it. These are ingredients you probably already have in your pantry. What makes this recipe truly special is its approachability. We'll break down each step so you know exactly what to do. No complicated techniques or hard-to-find ingredients. Just straightforward, delicious pie making. You'll start by making the crust, then move on to the filling, and finally assemble and bake the pie. Each section will guide you through the process with detailed instructions and helpful tips. Ready to dive in? Let's make that perfect buttery crust. The pie crust is the foundation of your pie. It should be flaky, buttery, and golden. Here's how to make it. Start with 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Add 1 cup of cold unsalted butter, cut into small cubes. Work the butter into the flour until it resembles coarse crumbs. Add 1/4 cup of ice water, 1 tablespoon at a time. Mix gently until the dough begins to come together. Divide the dough into 2 parts, shape into discs, wrap, and refrigerate. Chill for at least 1 hour for a tender, flaky crust. The filling is the heart of your apple pie. You'll need about 6 to 8 medium-sized apples. I recommend a mix of tart and sweet apples for the best flavor. Peel, core, and slice the apples thinly. This ensures they cook evenly and create a tender, juicy filling. In a large bowl, combine the apple slices with 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. The flour helps to thicken the filling as it bakes. Add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice to brighten the flavors and prevent the apples from browning. Mix everything gently until the apples are well coated with the sugar and spices. This is where the magic happens. The sugar draws out the apple's natural juices, creating a delicious syrup that thickens as the pie bakes. Let the apple mixture sit for about 15 minutes. This gives the flavors time to meld and the apples to soften slightly. While the filling rests, you can prepare your work surface for rolling out the dough. With your filling ready, it's time to assemble your pie. Section 5. Assembling your pie. First, preheat your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Take 1 disc of dough from the refrigerator. On a lightly floured surface, roll it out into a 12-inch circle. Carefully transfer the dough to a 9-inch pie dish. Pour the apple filling into the crust, spreading it evenly. Dot the filling with small pieces of butter. Roll out the second disc of dough to the same size. Place it whole over the filling or create a lattice top. Trim the excess dough and press the edges to seal. Cut a few slits in the top crust. Now, bake your pie to golden perfection. Section 6. Baking your masterpiece. Place your pie on a baking sheet to catch any drips. This keeps your oven clean. Bake the pie in the preheated oven for 20 minutes at 425 degrees Fahrenheit, 220 degrees Celsius. Then reduce the temperature to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius, and bake for an additional 40 to 50 minutes. Keep an eye on the crust. If it starts to brown too quickly, cover the edges with aluminum foil to prevent burning. The pie is ready when the crust is golden brown and the filling is bubbling. Remove the pie from the oven and let it cool on a wire rack for at least 2 hours. This cooling time allows the filling to set, making it easier to slice and serve. While it's tempting to dig in right away, patience is key. A well-cooled pie holds its shape better and tastes even more delicious. Your kitchen will smell heavenly, and your pie will look like a masterpiece. Section 7. Tips and tricks for pie perfection. Here are some tips to help you achieve pie perfection. First, keep everything cold. Cold butter, cold water, and chilling the dough prevent it from becoming too soft and sticky. This results in a flakier crust. Second, don't rush the process. Giving the dough time to rest and the filling time to meld makes a big difference in the final pie. Patience is your friend in pie making. Third, experiment with apple varieties. Mixing different kinds of apples can add complexity to your pie's flavor. Try Granny Smith for tartness and Honeycrisp for sweetness. Lastly, practice makes perfect. Don't be discouraged if your first pie isn't picture perfect. Each time you bake, you'll learn and improve. Soon, you'll be making pies with confidence and ease. Remember, the most important ingredient is love. Enjoy the process and have fun. Section 8. Conclusion. Take the pie making challenge. Congratulations! You've made it through the process of baking a classic double-crust apple pie. It wasn't so hard, was it? With simple ingredients and clear steps, pie making becomes an enjoyable and rewarding experience. Now, it's your turn. Gather your ingredients, follow the steps, and bake your own apple pie. Share it with family and friends, and bask in the compliments. There's nothing like the pride of serving a homemade pie. So, take the pie making challenge. You'll not only create a delicious dessert, but also wonderful memories in the kitchen. Remember, practice makes perfect, and each pie you bake will be better than the last. Happy baking, and enjoy your delicious apple pie.